ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Myself Dr. Ananda D R, Assistant Professor, Department of Collegiate Education, Government of Karnataka. Program Bachelor of Commerce, BCom. Subject Principles of Marketing, second semester, University of Mysore. Session-2, Meaning and Definition of Marketing. In this session, I am going to cover recap of the previous session, learning objectives of this session, learning outcomes, introduction, meaning and definition of marketing, summary or conclusion, MCQs and references. Recap. We have discussed in the previous session about introduction and meaning of market, definitions of market. Learning objectives in this session: to know the meaning and definition of marketing. Session outcomes. At the end, learners are introduced to the meaning and definition of marketing. Introduction. The term marketing may denote different meanings to different people. For example, to a salesman it means selling, to a domestic lady it means shopping, that is purchasing grocery, vegetable, etc. To an agriculturist it means selling is produce in the market. For a producer it refers to distribution of goods manufactured by him. As a matter of fact, the term marketing is not confined to shopping, selling, product planning, distribution of goods, etc. Specifically speaking, marketing is a comprehensive term and it includes all resources and set of activities needed to direct and facilitate the flow of goods and services from the producer to the final consumer. Definition of marketing. Different authors and experts define the term marketing in different ways. Therefore, there is no single definition of marketing which is universally acceptable to all groups. If any particular definition of marketing acceptable at one time, it may not be acceptable at another time. The main reason for this that marketing is a growing and developing subject. In order to understand the meaning of the term marketing very clearly, we have to study the different viewpoint of expert professionals. For this purpose, the definition of marketing is studied under two separate heads. There are traditional or product oriented approach. Number 2, modern or consumer oriented approach. Number 1, traditional or product oriented approach. This approach is also known as narrow approach. This approach is based on the assumption that the product will be acceptable to the consumer irrespective of its utility. Only the producer decides as to which product is good or bad to the consumer. Thus, the producer concentrates his efforts on production of goods without considering the real need, choice or expectation of consumers. This approach has been supported by various experts. Their opinions are given below. According to Thowlsey, Clark and Clark, marketing consists of those efforts which affects transfers in the ownership of goods and services and which provides for their physical distribution. This definition incorporates the functions of transfer in the ownership of goods and services and their physical distribution only. It does not incorporate consumer preferences and satisfaction, which is important area of the marketing. According to American Marketing Association, marketing is the performance of business activities that directs the flow of goods and services from the producer to consumer or users. Modern or consumer oriented approach. Under this approach, the emphasis is given on the satisfaction of demands of consumers. Satisfaction of the demands of consumers is considered to be the center point of marketing. Producers produce and supply those products only which can satisfy the needs and wants of consumers. A few definitions based on the consumer oriented approach are given below. According to Philip Kotler, marketing is a social and managerial process by which individuals and groups obtain their needs, wants through creating, offering, and exchanging products of value with others. According to Stanton, marketing is a total system of interacting business activities designed to plan, price, promote, and distribute want to satisfying products and service to present and potential customers. The above definitions under traditional or product oriented approach emphasize buying and selling activities and criticized. On the other hand, the definition of under modern or consumer oriented approach emphasis covers all the requirements of modern marketing. Consumer is the center point of business decisions, not the product or producer. It is often defined as consumer is the king. Multiple choice questions. Question number one. One of the key tasks of marketers is dash and to create consumer perceptions that the product is worth purchasing. Answers are A. To make products easily visible and available. B. To promote sales and products. C. To differentiate their products from those competitors. D. To do making surveys. Answer is C. To differentiate their products from those of competitors. Question number 2. What is the last stage of the consumer decision process? Answers are A. Problem recognition. B. Post purchase behavior. C. Alternative evaluation. D. Purchase. Answer is B. Post purchase behavior. Question number 3. Dash markets are made up of members of the distribution chain. Answers are A. Consumer. B. Business to business. Industrial. C. Channels. D. Institutional. Answer is C. Channel. References. They mentioned the subject I refer to prepare the PPT. Thank you. Thank you one and all.